To get to the next place in your career, you're going to go out, you're going to talk to people, hopefully 25 people. Though for some of us it's more, some of us it's less, but seems to be the ideal number to get referrals in your target industry, and then land phone screens, which is the first interview in the process, and then get all the way through the interview process. So the big theme today was going from imposter syndrome to interview confidence, but we're going to focus on a couple other steps first. So the first one is that identifying that key result, right? As you identify that, you're going to be working on your elevator pitch, which Galia gave us a fantastic example of her elevator pitch, and we're getting the building blocks for Shaquita's elevator pitch. I do want to give one more example, especially Sharnae, since you're looking to pivot from teaching into tech. And stop me if you already saw this. I don't remember where I posted what or how everyone joined the community, but Carla, as you can see, was a teacher. I'm very proud that she was a teacher. It's not hidden on her profile at all, and it did not impact her ability to pivot. She went from all these years of teaching to being a revenue workflow specialist at a startup called Scratchpad, which is based in San Francisco and is growing very quickly. In fact, she was pretty excited about it, and you can go and look at her profile and see the post that she made, because she just never dreamed that this was possible for her. She did it in 10 weeks, which is astounding, and it is record time, and it takes a lot to do that. But it started in a room similar to this, where she identified a key result and wrote a blurb that looked like this. Instead of talking about teaching or students, it's completely industry agnostic. In 3 months, with the help of my analysis tool, 79% of students were scoring a solid 2, up from 58% at the beginning of the school year. That blurb landed her conversations that led to referrals, and she actually wound up interviewing for 3 different companies that she got all the way through the process on before she joined Scratchpad. So that simple statement that Shaquita is building and that all of us are going to build can take you all the way through the process. So our goals here today: identify this big key result statement, then put it into your elevator pitch. And your elevator pitch is very similar to your networking blurb, it's just that it's spoken and not written, right? And then turn it into a blurb that you can post everywhere and share in our community and other communities, so you get invited to those interviews. We're going over a lot of material in a very short amount of time, so I'm going to pause. Any questions about this? Okay. So we're going to identify a key result. We're going to write a statement kind of like Carla's, and we're also going to practice introducing ourselves with that statement. Let's just do a quick check-in and see how we're all feeling. It's going to take us, some of us can take a little bit of time to get that statement, but we can start to think about it. So I know Sarah's been working on one. I know Galia already shared hers. I'll share mine, and then I'll cue you to share a little bit about yourself. And if you have that statement ready to go, great. If not, and you're still working on it, that's okay. Just share what you want to share. So, hi, I'm Melinda. I have been hiring people for the last 10 years, and I recently launched a community of 5,000 job searchers in a year and 8 months, and I'm really excited to be here with all of you. So my key result there was launching a community of job searchers of 5,000 within 8 months, right there, or a year and 8 months. Usually your key result has numbers, and it might be the only thing someone remembers about you, or the thing that they get excited about. Sarah, great to have you with us today.
Hi, everyone. There's nothing I love better than being in the hot seat with all of you. My name is Sarah, and I have been in health technology for about 20 years. Recently, I worked with a startup where in 10 months, I ran 13 development pilots and launched a new data entry and reporting platform for use by the American Burn Association. And I'm really excited to be here with you.
Whoa, that's amazing. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Carrie, for letting us know. I know that these sessions are usually 30 minutes and going a little bit longer today. Okay, Sarah, that's absolutely fantastic. I love that. Um, and just so you all know, Sarah's attended a few workshops and she's also in Job Search Boot Camp. So for some of us, it can take a minute to get there, but that is amazing. And I would want to know more about that. Shakita, great to have you here.
Yes.
And now if you want to do a quick pass at your elevator pitch, you can. Otherwise, you can just say great to be here and we'll move along.
Well, I do have a question for my elevator pitch. Could my elevator pitch be my summary from my resume?
It depends. Does your summary from your resume state years that you've been doing a specific skill area and one key result?
Yeah, it does.
Then go right for it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
And just a
Let's-
minute, so that's like an introduction, right? Because I think it's a spoken thing versus written.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. I am Shaquita Chapman. I am a program manager with experience leading operations for nonprofit organizations, consulting firms, and higher education, with the ability to solve complex problems and achieve organizational missions to transform large-scale projects. At NABSW, I increased membership by 30% within 6 months by applying analytical skills to identify problems for a company that hadn't seen a 10% increase in 3 years.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Woo.
I love it. Yeah, I have some thoughts, but that is like a stellar elevator pitch. The only thought that I have is like you can make it shorter.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's for a networking call or a job interview, just I'm a program manager with these years of experience, and I recently go straight to the result, because then they will just be jaw dropping, and and that's one of the things that takes a lot of getting used to, is that you skip all the busy work, just lay out the high punch things so then they can ask you questions. And then the nice thing is you'll find out when you start interviewing with this strategy, they will ask you questions about that key result that you're excited to share, versus struggling to think of what to ask you. Okay. Charnay, great to have you.
Hey, great to be here. I'm a little nervous, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna add that right now. Mine's a little all over the place, but I had to write it down, so I'll just read what I have. So I have, hi, I'm Charnay. I've been in the education field for about 4 years. Recently, I created an 8-week intervention program where 80% of my students moved up 1 or more grade level. I enjoy using data to identify students' needs and create programs that will help them improve. That's
Oh my
all I have for
gosh. Okay. If you're nervous and that's your elevator pitch, like off the bat the first time, okay, that's amazing. Okay, we have this is an amazing room, and just Shaquita, Charnay, both of your elevator pitches are stellar. Galia, we already got to hear yours, which is also super inspiring. Sarah, just wow. Incredible. I will just take a moment and say this is also how we build interview confidence, is just remembering that, oh, bye Galia. So now I'm gonna go back and forth between the two. That we were the people who showed up today or whatever day we did, and were able to just jump into a room and make these stellar introductions. Okay, so this is your interview strategy. And let me show you what I mean specifically by that. You've all now, and I know that I see Linda is still with us. I see we got Sarah, I believe that's Sarah and London. I can't see the full name. Aaliyah, if you can't join with camera, but you want to chime in and say hi and introduce yourself, just go off mic and I'll give a second for you to say hello or share any questions or your elevator pitch. That said, not everyone can. Okay, we're excited to have you all here with us. And if at any point you can chime in, just let us know in the chat or just interrupt me. Okay, oh, got it, thanks. So this is your interview strategy. You're already light years ahead of everyone else who has not gotten to this point of just identifying that key result, because The key to interview confidence is to go into, now that you have the practice of thinking about a piece of your career and giving a key result that will help you land job interviews, and it will. I know that it will because I just heard all of your elevator pitches, and hundreds of people have been through this program with pitches like that, and it lands those interviews, right? So now you're getting to the point where you're thinking through the job description in front of you, you're getting excited about that interview. Grab all of the bullet points from the job description and put them on a spreadsheet. Then go through and think about your career history again and actually ask yourself, well, what have I achieved that is most similar to this bullet point on the job description? And literally write them out. You'll do that first, then you're gonna go back and you're gonna think about a story that you can tell for each one, and you'll use these behavioral questions to help you identify a story that is something you'll wanna tell in an interview. But the first step is just to map out those key results. And here's the best part. The best way to prepare for an interview is to just have those key results at your fingertips, memorized, and they're part of your career. So once you write them out once and review them again, they're going to be there. You can even have them with you in the interview on note cards. You can even say at the beginning of the interview, oh, I'm going to be referring to my notes, taking notes throughout. Just want to give you a heads up. Not a problem. So here's the fun part. Somebody asks you an interview question. Sarah, you wanna explain to us how this works, since you've gone through this a couple of times? Do you remember how to answer an interview question?
Briefly, with a result-oriented question that I specifically impacted, and then I just answer it, and then I pause for at least 90 seconds and see whatever questions come at me.
Boom. Exactly. So now that I've heard some key results from everyone, I'll just do a quick test of this. So this is a list of behavioral questions. Some are a little bit more cultural, so we think of slightly different key results, but some are just very, straightforward behavioral questions. So let's just take okay, this question here. Now, the hard part about what Sarah just described, answering these with key results, is that we tend to take interview questions very literally. So if someone says, hey, assuming you have the time, what new technology would you like to learn? Our brain immediately goes to answer that question. Oh, what technology would I like to learn next? Gosh, I have no idea, but probably we're already going the wrong route. Instead, what you want to do is say, we'll just borrow Sarah's key result. Actually, I recently launched 13 pilots to get a new product off the ground that served the American Burn Association. And learning new technologies was a big part of this. My strategy for learning technologies is, and what I want to learn next is something like, you can say whatever you want to say. Though to Sarah's point, I do normally pause right after I share the big thing and then go into the rest of it and answer the question. And you can do that with any interview question. And now the way that you strategize your interviews is not to try to memorize any interview question your way, but try to make sure that no matter what interview question comes, you can answer it with a key result. This also helps with the someone's going to ask something that I'm not expecting. Someone's going to ask something that I haven't thought about in a long time. I'm going to need to buy time to think of my answer. All of these things are true. We never know what they're going to ask. It might throw us out into the blue, but we all have those key results to lean on that will buy us the time to figure out how we want to frame it. Do you want to do one more example? Okay. Somebody pick a number 1 through 26.
7.
Okay, great. Everybody said 7. Let's see what interview question number 7 is. I don't have these memorized. So, okay. Let's say it's 8 p.m. on a Friday and I email you about an issue we're having. What do you do? Does anyone want to talk through how they might approach this one before I jump in? This one's a little bit trickier because it's more of a team culture and communication question. But you can.
Well, one of the thoughts, Melinda, sorry to jump in, is I remember in one of our classes, one option is to provide some assumptions, maybe such as, I assume if you're emailing me on at 8 p.m. on a Friday night, it's because we're in the midst of a product launch and I'm on call or something like that. Because again, my initial instinct would be I wouldn't see your email until Monday morning. But if we set the stage to provide some context for my answer, such as I just did, I mean, that might be a more suitable response than I wouldn't see it till 8. So depending on the role, we are in the midst of I'm gonna make some assumptions here that that to preface my response, such as we are getting ready to do a product launch, and so everybody is a little bit more all hands on deck, and I would utilize my critical thinking to respond best to your text or something, or your message.
I love that approach. That's a great way to think about it. And then you'd want to build in still some kind of key result, depending on where you are in the interview process and the rapport. We're not going to be robots. We just want to make sure that no matter what comes our way, we can answer with a key result. But what Sarah, you just demonstrated too, is that instead of taking every question literally, we can also step back, make some assumptions, provide some context, clarify some things, and then go into the answer. Also a great strategy. I also want to say there's nothing wrong with saying that you wouldn't see it until Monday morning, but you want to say it the right way. You say, as a product manager, where, I work on teams with, so throw in your key result, I work on a product team with X number of engineers and designers to launch X number of products a year. So team communication and boundaries is really important. And I would make sure that we had the conversations up front about communication. And if our communication was that we're not checking emails after 6 p.m., then I'm not going to see it until Monday. That said, I've had product launches. I've had go-to-market plans where we're on a little bit more of a crunch time and we make a new agreement. So you can absolutely share that, just as long as you're sharing it with a key result and a good reason. To your point though, about there's no point in just saying, I wouldn't see it until Monday morning. There's no point in just saying that alone because it doesn't instill confidence. I was talking to, not everyone here knows her, but Sarah, Parul. I was talking to Parul this morning because she finally went and posted a networking blurb on LinkedIn, and now she just had her first networking call, and someone wants her to submit her resume. But she told the person on the networking call, my resume is still in review, so I'll get it to you as soon as I'm finished reviewing it, and then I'll submit the application. And I come back and remind her, don't ever say anything that doesn't instill confidence. This is our story to own. So if someone says yes to your networking call and then they ask for your resume, great, I'll get my resume to you by end of day, by tomorrow. It doesn't really matter when. Just don't feel the need to throw yourself under the bus ever. And same in the interview, right? There's no need to say something that makes you look weak unless you're giving the right context. And it's actually pretty strong to say, hey, I'm the person on the team that sets boundaries around communication, practices. Truth is, if we didn't have an agreement for checking email after a certain time of day, I'm not going to see it until Monday. That said, on a recent launch, right? Share your key results. Okay, this is awesome. So everyone in this room, it is Wednesday. You all already have your elevator pitches. So the next step for you is to go and turn it into a blurb similar to one that Carla wrote that I showed a minute ago, and post it in our Slack community. You can drop it in the Ask for Help channel just to have eyes on it real quick. It's probably already fantastic. You can go ahead and you can drop it in the Ask for Help channel in Slack. And after you get feedback, if you do, go and post it in the real world. And then even better, when you do that, let us know. So you'll see that when Parole posted her blurb, she let all of us know, hi, I'm in job search bootcamp with my cohort. I posted my blurb. So now I can go and check out the blurb that Parole posted, and I can like it and comment on it. And so if you do that, we'll do the same thing, right? In fact, let me go find her. Okay. Yeah, so this is the blurb that she posted. You can actually link directly to the blurb or your LinkedIn profile. And it's doing great, but she's also doing this with a community. So you have a community behind you as well. So write your blurb, post it in our Slack community, and then we'll give you tips on where to post it next. LinkedIn is a great place. If you don't want people to know you're looking for a job, instead of saying, I'm looking for my next opportunity, just say, I'm looking to chat with other people doing similar work. Don't have to mention that you're looking for a job. And then when people reach out to you to chat, you can let them know in the conversation, wow, I'm looking for a job. I'd love to send you my resume. You're the kind of person I want to work with. That kind of thing. Okay, so next steps, write your blurb, post it in Slack. If you have any questions, you can email me or reach out to me on Slack. And I know we went way over. Also, let's see, for people who are already in a program, Sarah, Aaliyah, did you have any updates or big questions that you wanted to workshop just related to what's going on in your job search right now? Not to put you on the spot, just if you did come here with something to talk about, then we can chat about it real quick in the last couple minutes.
Just feedback on my networking blurbs would be awesome so that I can get them out there. I know that you posted at some point a rather lengthy list of communities to drop those into. And then I just, appreciate your reminder about, as I said, my resume has been a stumbling block, and it's always helpful to be reminded to just be like, oh, well, yeah, I can have my resume to you by the end of next week. I think just another set of eyes or two on the networking blurb would be helpful. And then I think just get it out there.
Great. Do you mind if I share my screen and we look at it together, just as an example? Because all of us are going to be going through the same process. So let's take a quick look at this one. This is great because I immediately understand level in career, which for me as a hiring manager or recruiter or an employee translates to level in my organization. And I see nursing and health technology. Okay, so this is a great start. I kind of have an idea of what this person does. If you can give us a more specific title, even easier for me to quickly qualify. I'm a leader with 20+ years experience in nursing and health technology, mostly as a product manager,
Okay.
like that. Because now I don't have to, I still am like, well, would you be a recruiter in nursing and health technology?
Okay.
I might have that question. This helps qualify it, but maybe I even then think customer success. I could, right, if it's not specified. Passionate about elevating the voice of the customer in order to develop on-target products and services that empower individuals. So here's the thing about humans. We're going to scan. We might even miss this, like, develop on-target products, and our brain is not going to immediately translate it to product manager. So I go, I'm a product man. I'm a product leader. I'm a product leader with 20+ years experience in nursing and health technology. I'm passionate about elevating the voice of the customer in order that empower individuals to engage with healthcare when and how they need it. Great. During my career, I worked as an employee. I wanted to start, but in 10 months, we delivered a new cloud-based registry and reporting platform for use by the American. Okay, perfect. I would remove this.
Okay.
And then go straight to your call to action. I'm exploring options to apply my skills, interests, enthusiasm in health technology. I would love to connect with you for coffee. I would shorten this and just, I would love to connect for a coffee chat. Shorter is always better. So now it's, hi, I'm a product leader with 20+ years experience in nursing and technology. I'm passionate about, and during my career, I worked as employee number 1. I'm exploring options to apply my skills, interest, and enthusiasm, and would love to connect for a coffee chat. I think you can connect here or on LinkedIn. If you post this on LinkedIn, don't say here on LinkedIn because that'll just confuse people. Maybe that'll be obvious when you're posting it, but I've seen copy paste errors and people are like, oh gosh, right. I just pasted it there and forgot I was on LinkedIn.
Yep.
But yeah, super solid. Let's look at the next one. I'm a product management leader with 20 plus years. Okay. Yeah, I would just own this in whichever version because product managers can go and do so many things and they're going to immediately see the value in that. Yeah. You don't need two versions of your networking blurb. You just need the one version.
You don't think so I don't need one for the pet tech and travel tech industry to just be a little bit more generic? Or you're saying just use this one for all of it?
I would just use, I'm not seeing how.
Well, I took out the nursing and health tech and just said software technology.
Yeah.
And took
for-
out actually I took out the key result, it looks like in this one too.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking just one with the key result. And what you could do is you could just say, you could remove nursing and just put, experience in health technology and other industries. But you honestly don't have to worry about pigeonholing yourself. People will see your blurb and they will just immediately relate it to what they're doing and want to talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just start with this one and see how it goes.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, and then I see two things in the chat. Should I share my networking blurb when I reach out to somebody who is hiring for a job? Yes. So you can post your blurb, and then if you see someone saying, hey, I'm looking to hire go and reply to that post. Actually, it depends on where it's posted. If it's in LinkedIn, I might even go and reshare it. I might click share, and this is like, wow, I just saw this post by, at Sarah, and I got really excited because I have X years of experience and I recently did this thing. Reaching out now, wanted to share my network in case it resonates with other people. The reason why I would take that tactic, oh, it's in Slack. Okay, then I would just directly reach out in Slack with my networking blurb. Yeah, got it. But if you do have the opportunity, if it's on LinkedIn to reshare someone's post, they'll immediately feel like, oh wow, this person's helping me because you have got the word out. Okay, amazing. We are past time. I'm excited to see what everyone does this week. I'm gonna be looking for those networking blurbs on Slack and reach out if you have any questions. I'll see y'all at the next one. Bye everyone.
Thank you.